from this company. We're just stating the facts to make it clear that somewhere in the social media and the Facebook, someone posted something about these people and said that they were, and kept sharing it, reposting it, embellishing it along the way, that they were breaking into people's homes, they were attacking people, and all of those sorts of things. None of that appears to be true, and this has gone through with the sheriff's office. To the best of all knowledgeable persons, these associates of KOF have not committed any crimes, no home invasions, no robberies, or anything associated with them conducting door-to-door solicitation, as what's been posted and referenced in the various FB posts. So I'm just saying, just be aware of, there's nothing to be afraid of as far as these people that have been going door to door in the town. They are aware they need a solicitor's permit. The owner of their company was out of town, actually out of the country, and I believe they'll be coming in this week to discuss with the town manager about getting a permit to go door to door. But it doesn't hurt if you want to call it in. There's no reason not to. It's just I caution you on the Facebook postings. None of that. It all seems to be, very exaggerated and over exaggerated. So, and I think I'm done. Thank you so much. Anybody have any questions? All right, and I'd like to welcome the 4th and 5th graders here of our awesome Indian Head Elementary School and their wonderful teachers. It's the bestest school ever. Elementary school, of course. General Smallwood's next and Lackey's next, but. So thank you.
All right, moving on. Okay. Moving on to the reason I think everyone is here today. The If I Were Mayor essay students and the Bike to Work essay students are going to come right up here to the podium. So make your way up.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. We're going to go ahead and get started with our 4th grade If I Were Mayor essays. I'm going to start off with Alyssa Blaney first.
If I were mayor, I would. A mayor has a very important job to do. He or she has to be a good leader and help the community grow. If I were mayor, I would like to make sure the town was safer, help kids in school, and help people get jobs. Being a good leader will make people listen to you. The community needs this in order to trust that the mayor will fight for their neighborhood. The community wants to feel safe going outside at night or walking down the trail. The kids in the community like sports, but may not be able to afford them, so they don't sign up. Also, parents have to work, so may not be able to take them all the time. I also think the community needs more stores so we don't have to drive so far to get groceries. I think these things can be done by having a community watch program or asking our local police to do more patrolling throughout the town. I think if the mayor could assist in getting the public school sports programs to lower the programs in lower grades, that would help kids focus better on their schoolwork, because if they don't have good grades, they can't play. I think it would also keep kids out of trouble. I know sports are offered in middle school, but only a few sports are offered. I would like to see softball, baseball, and even bowling offered to the lower grades. I think if the mayor could get more money, he would be able to build the community stores up and get businesses to want to open their stores in the town. I also think if there were more stores in the community was safer, that more people would move into the town.
Up next, we have Kayla Frazier.
Dear Mayor, Dear Mr. Mayor, if I were a mayor, I would want to change Indian Head and make it better. A mayor has a lot of responsibilities and has to be very smart and be a people person. A mayor also has to be willing to listen to others and maybe if they have better ideas to try them. A mayor cannot be selfish or lazy. If I was a mayor, I would want to put more stores in Indian Head, so people would not have to drive so far. This would also help older people if they have to walk to other places. Another thing I would do is keep the community cleaner by having more people help me on the weekends and have the people who do community service help out our town. The last thing I would want to do is make my school better by making it more fun. I fully understand all the responsibilities a mayor has to do. Of a mayor and understands how hard his or her job is. I know how hard it is to keep track of everything a mayor that goes on in the community. But if I was a mayor, I would want to do my best to make all the correct decisions, and I would love to see the community grow. I wonder why mayors have to do so much stuff to do.
Good evening. Our next presenter is Catherine Holcomb. Excuse me, Caitlin.
It's okay. I always get my name messed up, so I'm used to it. Dear Mayor Pollan, I believe our town should have a roller rink installed. One reason is it will save money. It will save money, like you mentioned when you talked to us, when you said that you had a project going on to use old buildings to have more businesses in our town, like you've mentioned at a meeting that I've previously came to. It will also save money by holding fundraisers instead of using your budget. It will also save money by asking old skate companies to donate old skates as long as they aren't broken. Another reason is we will make money. It will make money by letting people rent it out for parties. It will make money by having an entrance fee and a cost to borrow skates. It could also have a small snack bar. Sorry. Another reason is it will be safe. It will be safe by being almost weatherproof. It will be kid-friendly. It is something that all age people can do. We can use it year-round. Lastly, it could also have other entertainment. It could have a small arcade. It could have a stage where people volunteer to play, and there could be a dance floor, too. I close off saying Indian Head needs a roller rink installed.
Up next, we have Bianca Richardson.
Dear Mayor, I know it's kind of hard being a mayor. If I was mayor, this is what I would do. I would clean up the trash from Indian Head to make it smell better and look better. And I would have new homes and better apartments, about to $200,000 or to $5,000. And I would make more clothing and food places, like the empty place near the Dollar General. There, they should put a clothing store right there. And I would have a fundraiser for all the poor people because some kids and adults do not have food or clothing or no money. I would have a shelter for the people that don't have a house or food. Sincerely, Mayor, from Bianca Richardson.
Our next presenter is Estella Wright, and she's looking at me saying, "Don't mess my name up, Ms. Cummings."
The students of Indian Head Elementary School have gotten a homework assignment called If I Were Mayor. This assignment tells us to write a letter to the mayor explaining what we would do as mayor of Indian Head. If I were mayor of Indian Head, I would first ensure that the citizens of Indian Head are well. I would like a few things added or upgraded. I would like to put a few more functional sports teams, upgrade the theater across the street from our lovely school, build a small patient-first or hospital, build a few recycling centers, and also a small EMS center. We would need these to ensure the well-being of our small but great town. We would first need to upgrade the theater. We would need this because we would have to drive to Brandywine or wherever you go to see a movie when you could see one right here in our lovely town. You want to see a movie without going through the devilish struggle of traffic. It would be 2 to 7 minutes away from your house. Now on to more important matters. I believe we should start a few more functional sports teams because kids can't get decent sports teams with schedules. And a good environment for kids and adults where everyone can be a happy person. Next, I would like to add a small patient first because some people are really sick and need somewhere close where people can check to see if they're in critical condition and need to be transferred to a hospital. Fourth, I would like to add a small EMS center next to the patient first. They would need a vehicle to transfer the patients to a hospital. Finally, I would love to have some sort of recycling center because on the street I see a lot of bottles and cans. It would also I would also like people to volunteer for the center. We need to work together as a society to achieve the wondrous goal of making our lovely town new and improved. The council has to make a decision and tell the most important people of Indian Head. Thank you.
Our last fourth grade presenter is Michael Brown.
Dear Mayor, I am writing this letter to inform you about something I think we need in our community, and it is a child rec center. There are many reasons why we need a child rec center in our community. Many reasons why are because children are playing in the street where cars are coming and they have to move. Maybe one time a child was playing in the street and a car hit them. And another reason why is there's people randomly in the street doing bad things. There are bad people doing bad things. I believe this goal can be achieved by getting the whole community involved and help raise money. Different ways can be raise money, or we can have a car wash, lemonade stand, a bake sale, and ask the community for donations. Thanks for reading this note. I hope you consider making my idea. From Michael Brown.
Hi, I'd like to introduce our fifth grader, Haley Garner, with her bike safety essay.
Always wear a helmet while riding your bike. If you didn't wear a helmet while riding a bike, what would happen? What would happen if you got in an accident? I'm going to tell you why it is important to wear a helmet while you are riding your bike. Even when you're going to your neighbor's house, you still should wear your helmet. You don't know if you'll make a sudden stop or a sharp turn. If you didn't wear a helmet, you could get permanent brain damage. You could also get a concussion or an open skull fracture from a jarring motion such as a quick turn or a sudden stop. Another thing is that you could bust your head wide open. Do you want that to happen to you? I know I don't. What could happen if you got in an accident? You could get permanent brain damage. You may also lose parts of your memory. That may lead to you not being able to play your favorite sports. I love to dance, so I will wear my helmet for sure. Why is a helmet helpful? A helmet will give you a less chance of getting a head injury. Helmets reduce the risk of serious head injury by nearly 70%. There is a better chance of you keeping your memory. Odd reductions of 51% for head injury, 69% for serious head injury, 33% for face injury, and 65% for fatal head injury. You won't hurt your head as bad. I want to keep my memory. Keep calm and have a safe journey.
Summer! False. I know some of them were very nervous, but they did a great job. And I have a list of things that I can work on now, so. If any of you want to talk about that sort of stuff after the meeting, I'd be more than willing to talk to you. And anytime you guys want to come up to Town Hall, let me know, and I'll give you a tour and show you what being a mayor is like. All right.
And Mr. Mayor, they can also be vice mayor and councilman too. Okay?
Yeah.
You can be there too.
All right. Moving on, I would like to introduce you all to a special person. Recently, as you may know, we had our Little Miss Indian Head pageant during the Taste of Indian Head. So I would like to introduce up here Ashlyn Smith. Get up here. She's our new Little Miss Indian Head. Is there anything you want to say to anyone?
No.
No? Well, ladies and gentlemen, give Ashlyn Smith a round of applause. All right. All right, moving on to our next presentation, Adopt a Park recognition. Curtis? Annie?
I'll start by reading the proclamation.
Okay.
Proclamation Parks and Recreation Month. The Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head proclaim June to be Parks and Recreation Month in the Town of Indian Head. Whereas parks and recreation programs are an integral part of the community throughout the state of Maryland, including Charles County, and whereas our parks and recreation programs are vitally important to establishing and maintaining quality of life, ensuring the health of citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of our community, and whereas parks and recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in the prevention of chronic disease and also improve mental and emotional health of all citizens. And whereas parks and recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve air quality, provide vegetative buffers to development, and produce wildlife habitats. And whereas our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for families to connect with nature and build social bonds. And whereas the Town of Indian Head has partnered with local organizations to help keep our town parks safe, clean, and beautiful through the Adopt a Park program. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Council of the Town of Indian Head, Maryland, do hereby recognize June as Parks and Recreation Month in the Town of Indian Head and recognize the Girl Scout Troop 347 for their contributions toward beautification efforts at Mattingly Park and Pier. And they recognize the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Nu Zeta Omega Chapter for their contributions toward beautification efforts at Francis and Gladys Simmons Park. And we call this observance to the attention of all our citizens.
Okay, do we have any representative from the Girl Scout troop? I think I see a few. Come on up. So throughout the year, we have various cleanup activities, and I guess we haven't gotten some of the areas where you see trash, but we'll work on those.
Councilman? We have to approve the proclamation first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can
No
come
need
up.
to go back. No need to go back.
Yeah, you don't need to go
They
back.
can
You
come
keep
up.
on going. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm familiar with the order.
Sorry.
No problem.
Gotcha.
So, and if we could have the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated, Sorority Incorporated, come on up.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion that we adopt the proclamation as read.
A second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it.
All right, so we try to do Parks and Rec Committee, as you hear every month, we're in need of members. So we took an effort to create an Adopt a Park program to try to augment some of the efforts that our Public Works does on an ongoing basis to keep our parks a fun place to